bond in his New York civil fraud case.
The 2024 Republican presumptive nominee originally owed $454 million, but an appeals court cut the bond by more than half. Now, A.G. James is barred from collecting the full judgment while the appeals process plays out. The former president's lawyer is saying he, quote, looks forward to vindicating his rights on appeal in overturning this unjust.
If he loses on appeal, he's on the hook for the full $454 million judgment. World Central Kitchen says Gaza, the disaster relief nonprofit, said 7 workers died in Israeli airstrikes. A team was leaving a warehouse in central Gaza. Nobody captured the monster. Also, the next drawing Wednesday, it's worth $1.09 billion. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
Let's see. So happy it's today is yeah, there you go. Good morning. I'm Rayford Brown. It's the 2nd of April.
Yes, and I'm Lee Barrows, and it's one closer to Friday.
There you go. Oh, goodness. Thank goodness for that. What's going on in your world besides politics? We actually thought, and on the local front, it has calmed down a lot.
It's quiet
since the primary.
Thank you.
People are gearing up for, they're starting to make their plans, and after the vacations and all that sort of good stuff. So it'll hit the fan again back in around Labor Day, generally, on a national level. And but I thought it would die down a little bit on the national level. But no. The Democrats and Republicans, while they're bickering, there are other people out there that are coming out of the closet that are ready to fight.
Yes. It's getting interesting. North Carolina is going to be a battleground state. We're going to, if things go as projected, we'll have 7 different parties. 7 different parties.
That's more parties than the Marine Corps has balls for in fall every year, right?
Okay. RFK has already turned in his signatures to the State Board of Elections. He's gathered over 23. You need 13,865.
They have not been verified yet, of
but
course.
They're being verified, yes. So
the chances are he will get that 13,000.
And his party is called We the People Party.
There you go.
We party that has gathered boxes and boxes and boxes of signatures, and they turned them into the State Board of Elections. And they said that once they get verified and approved to go on the ballot, that at their convention, their upcoming convention, they will go ahead and elect a nominee to put on the ballot to run for president. Then, okay, you got the Democrats, you've got the Republicans, you've got the Green Party.
That's 6.
No labels.
7.
That's right.
7 parties.
And unaffiliated.
Well, that's not a party.
Well, that's true. It's not a party.
But you got 7 parties that potential will be on the ballot with 7 different presidential names on it.
If the Greenterians put somebody out there, no labels.
They got to pick somebody, but there's a potential for them to do that.
There's a potential for them to do that. So it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to come out of it.
Y'all, you still have a chance. If you haven't got the party registered and all that sort of good stuff, it's time for one of you. You can make a change in your name.
Well, that's what RFK is urging people to do.
No, I'm talking about change your name if you want to run for president.
I wouldn't run for anything.
None of the above would be your name.
That's about it.
Go officially change your name to none of the above and then file for president.
Right.
There's a good chance you could win.
So North Carolina currently has a party, and you have others that are trying to get in there too. You have a new one called North Carolina Forward that's also trying to get in there on the ballot. It's a national organization that was founded by former Governor Christine Todd Whitman.
Hold on. North Carolina Forward, founded by a
New Jersey governor.
Why they call it North Carolina Forward if it's a national organization?
I can't tell you that. Maybe in South Carolina, it's South Carolina Forward.
Yeah, well.
But North Carolina Forward, and it's founded by former governor of New Jersey, Christine Todd Whitman, and businessmen. And we hear a lot about True Yang a couple years
Yeah,
back?
I remember the name.
Wasn't he trying to run or talk about running for president?
Yeah, I think he probably did at some point in time under a no label
Yeah.
party or some kind of a.
You know, I've read a lot of articles and opinion pieces on all of this, and general consensus is people are tired.
Yeah,
of
we
not having
are all
choices.
tired. We're very tired.
Yeah, tired of not having choice. We've got right now your two front runners, which are Biden and Trump,
Yeah,
and there's people who don't want either. and
Yeah.
they want choices.
that's what Kennedy is counting on.
But you know, yeah, I mean, it's just kind of hard though for me to have somebody get a party in on the ballot, throw a name out there at the last minute. To me, that's not a choice.
Well, let me just clue you in just a little bit, and goes for Mr. Kennedy as well. You can have the people wanting to support you until that final day when you got a ballot sitting in front of you, and you realistically come to the conclusion he ain't going to win.
Exactly. I was going to say the same thing.
He's not going to win.
Right. Do you vote who you feel like in your heart is the best candidate, knowing they're not going to win?
Is that
Or do
not
you
throwing
give
your vote away?
Or do you give your vote to the person like,
Least worst of the other two.
oh, yeah.
Less
what do
worst
you
of the
do?
other two.
What do you do?
I don't know. Vote my conscience. That's all I ever hear. Vote your conscience. Well, my conscience is telling me that none of the above are suitable.
Right.
So I just have to pick the least worst of all of the above from all of the parties.
Well, I know in the primary, not on the local front, but state, federal, some of the choices, I voted because I thought they were the best person for the job. A couple of them didn't make it, but I mean, I didn't feel bad that I voted for them.
No,
I just
that's
felt
the way
like
it is.
I did my research, and sometimes you have to take popularity out of the equation, and you have to go for the person that has the knowledge, the capabilities, the respect. Because not only if you were to secure that seat, you've got to work with all those other people.
Yeah, it's not just the people who voted for you, or not just the Republicans or the Democrats or whatever party that you are part of or want to be a part of. It's the entire group of population. And not only that, it's not just the people who voted, registered. It's all of them. In North Carolina, we have 7,000 registered voters, or thereabout 7 million registered voters.
7,452,000.
And we have 10.5 million people.
Right. 458.
Uh-huh.
7 million.
We've got out here who are not registered in North Carolina to vote.
Right.
But
Right.
you better be representing them if you're on even in the city or the county, because they live in the city and the county of Onslow.
Well,
Come
I
on.
promised I would chew the figures, because yesterday I said I thought the unaffiliates were the governing party in North Carolina.
Though we're not a party
Right. Governing.
entity.
Thank you. I always want to say party because
Traditionally, that's what.
unaffiliates, 2,745,975.
Right. Okay.
Then your next in line, Democrats. Oh.
Which actually surprised me, but I keep forgetting there's the
We're
Wake
purple
counties.
state, yeah, right.
Wake County and Orange County and Mecklenburg.
All right. Democrats, 2,408,782.
So
Republicans, 2,237,747.
okay. Now, off the show,
Yes.
let's give me some numbers here. So of the unaffiliated, traditionally, not necessarily going to be that way this time,
Right.
but if you do strictly by math and forget
Mhm.
dollars out there, okay,
But it's elections.
everybody does dollars. So typically, the unaffiliated who vote will vote 60% Republican,
Republican, right.
We know that is because as in their primary. That's the only way
Right.
we know any of that. So
Right.
typically 60% will vote. So if you take 60% of the number of Republicans that are out there and add that to the
Unaffiliates,
number
yes.
of Republicans that are out there, what's the total number
So if
there?
you take 60% of the registered unaffiliates and add them to the total of registered Republicans in the state, 3,800,000 85, 326 likely to vote Republican.
if they all voted. Now,
If they all vote.
let's do the Democrats.
Right.
Take all the Democrats and then take 40% of the unaffiliated.
Yes.
And
That
add
worked
that
out to 3,372,294.
So those who are likely to vote based
Yes.
upon strictly math
Right.
for a Republican outnumber those who are likely to vote.
By about 500,000.
Yeah, 500,000 votes
If they go vote.
if they vote. So that's generally fairly close, but this is an unclose election year.
Right.
This is a school based upon both of the presidential
I would
candidates.
say you're right on target with that.
I
Screwed up year.
I do not know how the people are going to vote. Here in North Carolina, as we did 4 years ago, we had a situation.
Yes.
We got a Democratic governor.
Yes. And a Republican lieutenant governor.
And Trump took the presidential.
Yes, he did.
He won the president's race in North Carolina, but the governor, a Democrat, won re-election in North Carolina.
That's right. We've only
And the
had
same thing happened in 2016 when Cooper was first elected as our
Mhm.
Democrat, and Trump beat all contenders.
That's right. That's right.
Huh. So you can't go by what some guy said, crazy,
Crazy Joe on the street corner.
well, there's Crazy Joe, and somebody referred to Robinson as a nothing or do nothing or a
Right.
loser or whatever. One of those pundits did. And that's probably going to give the race to Josh Stein. Well, you know what? The race is not over yet.
That's a
And,
lot.
Robinson really has not campaigned.
No, and speaking of Robinson, he will be in Jacksonville this week for a fundraiser.
Tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow night.
If you got some money you want to give to him, head on
Yeah.
down to Biagio's, right?
That's right.
He'll take it.
Bring your checkbook.
If you've got some extra money you just want to give away, we can sell you some advertising here on this station.
Yeah.
Come on down.
Call me. I'll meet you on the corner.
Yeah. What?
No, just kidding.
It's going to be a really weird year
It is.
because of we don't know where to go. I don't know. It's hard to make a prediction here. Even 8 years ago, I felt fairly comfortable when I took this bet from one of our listeners that Trump was going to win.
Yes. I
I was
felt-
fairly comfortable with that, but it was still a thing. And but I went down a list with my former co-host at the time, just before the election. I mean, I'm talking about within days of the election. He listed the states that were in contention.
Right.
I picked them, and I got every one of them right,
Yeah.
and he won.
See if there's any candidates out there. I got somebody here who'll help.
No,
Yeah.
I got to tell you what
Right.
I'm feeling at that particular point in time. I'm not, I don't have a crystal ball. It's just my gut feeling. This is the way it's going to go. And here are the reasons why. And I listed them at the time.
Right.
And it was because of what other people did that made themselves look stupid, like in Pennsylvania,
Mhm.
like in West by God, Virginia.
God.
So it's, sometimes it works out that way.
Yeah, really. It's going to be a very contentious year.
It definitely is.
It's gonna be, I mean, there's so much going on. I mean, Trump's battling with all these legal issues.
He's got that to deal with.
Biden's battling staying awake. So it's just
We had last Friday, and now we're going to talk about that a little bit. And I hate it for him, but he's really
people want to say, well, they're close in age, but you can take
nothing to do with it. Jacques Cousteau was diving when he was
That's
85 years old.
exactly. That's what
Okay?
my point is. Not everybody uses. I mean, you can say this person is. Let's just say when I'd go to the gym
Mhm.
and I would work out, and my trainer put me through excruciating workouts to where I had to crawl out the door, and I'm like, "Why?" He says, "I keep forgetting your age because you generally outdo the 21-year-olds that come in here." And I go. well, that's not try to kill me, But what I'm just trying to say is that not everybody ages the same way.
No, they don't. And we've got, there was a guy that used to come down to Tie-Line Marine with his boat. He was 94 years old. He pulled his boat down there in his very old pickup truck, which I loved that truck. He would pull it down there to have some work done on it, or to do this, or to do that. He did it himself. He launched that boat, went fishing all by himself. He was 94 years old. Okay.
Yes.
Age is nothing but a number.
I'd probably have to have a couple people help me because.
Well, I want him because
Yes.
I'm there. But, he had a small boat, like a 17-footer or something. But he did all of it, drove it all over wherever he wanted. But there was a couple of days a week he couldn't do it because he was on dialysis. But he still did not let that stop him.
But that man never went hungry.
No, he ate fish a lot.
Sure.
All right, it's time for severe weather tips. We don't live in a tornado-prone area, but as many are aware here, we do get them every now and then. This is the time of year when cold air collides with warm temperatures, and we're going to have some of that. Storms with damaging winds, even spawning a tornado or two is possible. Today's severe weather tips deal with strong winds and tornadoes and is brought to you as a public service by John Starrs Electric. If you warning that says a tornado has been spotted in your area, first thing to do, seek shelter. The safest place in a tornado is in the interior part of a basement. Not a lot of basements in this area, though there are a few. So you interior area of your home, away from windows, even in a doorway, that will provide extra protection because those doorways have things called headers overhead. Okay, got it? If outside, seek cover. If you are outside in a vehicle or live in a mobile home, take shelter immediately when the tornado warning hits. When they say there is one on the ground in your neck of the woods, find a safe place. Wear a helmet for extra protection. You got a bicycle or a helmet, whatever. Put one on your head. Families should always go to a tornado shelter or safe room first. Designate a safe spot in your home. Let your family know where it is. Mark it on the wall if you need to. Mattresses, blankets, anything to protect you from falling debris. Something you may want to consider now is making sure you will have an emergency standby generator ready to keep you with electricity after the storms have passed. The amount of damage resulting from tornado thunderstorms can knock power out for any number of hours as a best case scenario, or several days under the worst of conditions. John Starrs Electric has a selection of Generac generators in stock right now. Give the company a call and schedule an appointment. The John Starrs team has Generac certified installers. They've all been to schools, as well as service technicians, who are very important for after the sale, ready to handle your needs. It's time to power up your life with the Generac Electric. Call 910-989-1908 today. That's 910-989-1908. This is the perfect time of year to take advantage of the professionals. It's all turnkey and worry-free. It's what they sell. You're live and local Real Talk. We'll be right back with weather.
WSME.
Is your phone plan messing with your savings plan? Don't get stuck paying for things you don't want. With Verizon, you only pay for what you need. And for a limited time, when you bring your own phones to a Verizon store, you'll get an amazing price on your plan. Plus, you'll save on things you actually love, like the Netflix and Max with Ads bundle. And it's on our award-winning 5G network. Bring your phones to your Verizon store today for an incredible deal. A better plan to save is Verizon. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Hi, it's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to thank you for making me feel so special. I earned cash back on debit for my dinner party groceries.
That's great. But with Discover Cashback Debit, we give everyone cash back on everyday purchases. Anything else I can help you?
Asparagus and mushroom sorbet. I've got leftovers.
Introducing Discover Cashback Debit, a checking account with cash back. It pays to Discover. Eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashback debit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
Family members should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Joan Funeral Plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
Locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort. For your addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 27-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 91043.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Well, it's time for the Marine Forecast. It's brought to you by Community Prevention Services right here in Jacksonville. Did you know depression and anxiety numbers have increased significantly since 2017? I wonder why. There's a whole lot been going on. Did you know depression and anxiety among adult and youth numbers are climbing at a state? You or someone you know have issues with either depression or anxiety? If so, you need to reach out. The staff at Community Prevention Services can help and are eager to do so. They provide quality, this is a key word, confidential counseling rituals from 7 to 100. I got a little time left, don't I? Yeah. Call them today, 910-353-0972, Community Prevention Services. They're located at 918 Henderson Drive. This is a good group. I know one of the counselors there very well.
So do I.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
So this is one that you need to take advantage of. If you're having issues, anxiety issues, or depression, this time of year can get that. Sometimes we're coming off the winter and you think it's going to be a relaxation time of year, and then things are happening in the news or wherever that causes issues. So if you've got it, don't hesitate. 530972. Small craft advisories in effect through Wednesday morning. Gale watch is in effect from Wednesday morning through Wednesday evening. Going to be blustery. Southwesterly winds today 15 to 20 knots, increasing to 20 to 25 this afternoon. Gust up to 30. Seas 4 to 6 feet. Dominant period 5 seconds. Sounds and rivers choppy, becoming rough this afternoon. Tomorrow, southwesterly winds 20 to 25 knots, increasing to 25 to 30 in the afternoon. Gusts up to 35. Seas 8 feet, building to 7 to 10 in the afternoon. Dominant period 6 seconds. Sounds and rivers rough, increasing to very rough in the afternoon tomorrow. Thursday, westerly winds 20 to 25 knots with gusts to 30. Seas 5 to 8 feet, 4 to 6 pure. Sounds and rivers are rough. We talk about knots all the time as when we refer to marine weather.
Right.
If y'all want to know what that is, multiply the knots times 1.2 and you'll come very close to what it is in miles per hour.
Can you just tell
I
us?
could, but this is a little something you need to learn to do, okay?
Okay, today is partly sunny with a high near 85. Southwest wind 5 to 15 miles per hour with gusts as high as 24. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 60. West wind around 10 miles per hour with gusts as high as 15. Wednesday, a 90% chance of showers and possibly a thunderstorm, high near 77. Breezy with a south wind 13 to 20 miles per hour with gusts as high as 31. Wednesday night, chance of showers, a low of 46. Thursday, mostly sunny with a high near 66.
It's going to be okay weather this week. It's going to be a little cool towards the end of the week at nighttime.
Thursday night
should not be freezing. Should not get down to freezing. But if you got plants that you put in the ground, like I have just yesterday, put 3 tomato plants in my garden.
Yes.
You may want to put a bucket over them to keep the frost off.
Right.
You do not have to get below freezing to have frost. Don't ask me why. I asked a meteorologist one time, and it took him 3 days to explain it. None of it. So I just can tell you right up front, you can have frost before it gets to be freezing. Got it?
Yes,
Okay.
that I understand because there's been mornings where I went out and actually had frost on the windshield.
That's the thing. We know that as a fact, but I can't tell you why.
Something to do with the moisture in the low levels and
Don't go there.
yeah.
Just leave it alone. You confuse me.
We have a special guest.
We do.
This is he's a letter carrier with the United States Postal Service.
Yeah, what we traditionally over the decades have referred to as the mailman.
The mailman.
The mailman
mailman's
coming.
here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Has the mailman been yet? Do we have anything?
Yes. Well, now you've got informed delivery where you can just look on what you've got coming for the day.
Yeah.
Every day.
The minute the guy gets up there and you got a package or whatever, he scans it and then it shows up on my email or text message or whatever. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, it is. It's that they started back a while back. And
Could we do one more thing, Dylan?
Yes.
Perhaps the Postal Service could add something during that scan that says scam or junk.
Yeah, let me get right on top of that.
And we
Let
could
them
have
know.
two different boxes there.
Dylan-
Y'all can
Perfect.
decide.
Make my
which
job
one.
so
Dylan would
easier.
love nothing
that's right.
more than to see the junk mail go away.
That'd make my day so much easier.
I don't
Yes.
really get as much junk mail anymore now that the political season is behind us. But I don't get quite as much mail as I used to.
Well, you make my day very easy then. That's a quick one letter in the mailbox
Yes.
and on my way.
Keep
There
on
you go.
going.
You get paid the same amount,
That's
whether
right.
it's
Right.
for one letter or 5 packages, right?
That's correct. That's correct.
How many encyclopedia sets have you delivered?
I had a bunch of phone books just yesterday.
Oh, really?
So,
Oh my
I mean, they could be
gosh.
pretty thick too.
Well, the difference
those
today in those phone
Sears-
books are thin these days. I found one the other day around here. I got
Yeah.
2 of them, and I'm like, what people?
Yeah, I always start to look through them sometimes, and I'm like, wow, some people these days will never even look in a phone book.
I
they'll-
did the other day
why
to see
would
what
you,
was in it.
especially with your phones now and Google and everything such, easily readily for you.
Mhm.
You need a phone book or, I remember growing up, my mom would have her own separate phone book, having to call grandma.
Yeah.
Now it's just a quick,
Yeah.
speed dial and go.
Ding dong.
That's right.
You don't remember the days because it was before your time. When the salesman came around to neighborhoods and then we'd all get hit. We'd go in the office and we'd have the big boxes, full sets of encyclopedias that we had to deliver.
Yeah,
It was not a good time.
Typically, it took about 4 or 5 books a piece because
Right.
most encyclopedias were like 20 books.
Well, these were
Heavy.
each
That's a lot
family,
of
each
stairs.
household would, the ones that bought would have probably 2 to 3 boxes
Hmm.
each. So you could only load up so many in your vehicle. So it took you a good couple weeks to deliver those suckers.
They should have given you a tractor trailer rig. You would have looked good.
Lord. I used to drive the 2-ton. Yeah, I
So
don't
just
have
hop
the
in the
2-ton
two-ton with
anymore.
me and we'll drive around.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I love driving the 2-ton.
Dylan got a special event coming up here
Yes.
involving the Postal Service.
Yes, sir. In the second weekend of May, we will be having our annual food drive. And this year we will have 70,000 flyers and bags going around
Excellent.
the last week of April into the
Really?
first week of
Would
April.
you have to deliver?
Yes, yes, yeah. Actually, too, we found a local vendor down in Florida
Oh, great.
because we quit
Right.
because it was just hard to purchase them and get them delivered
Mhm.
as easy as we could, the flyers. So we did find a local vendor though, because I do think it'll be a little bit better for our customers to just put those cans leave
Sure.
it by their porch or their
Absolutely.
mailbox.
That's
Right,
cool.
right.
Now, you're collecting food, and it's for what purpose?
Well, really, we're working with the United Way
Mhm.
to try to anybody as much food that needs help. Right now, 1 in 8 children in America, are having a problem of wondering if they're going to get food that day.
Ouch.
So we want to do our best to try to get fleas, as much food as we can, even if it's just 1 can per household. We have
a lot of
70,000
food.
cans
That's a lot
going
of-
out,
yeah.
or 70,000 flyers, 1 can, potentially per flyer. That can make somebody's month. That's really what I'm looking forward to.
Okay, what kind of food are you looking for?
Really type in any canned food, maybe any type of small perishable items that, maybe you have sitting around in your pantry or whatnot. It's just hit that springtime, maybe get that spring cleaning done, and really just try to find some small cans that we
Well,
can.
here's what I always suggest. Hurricane season starts June 1st. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people will go out and they'll stock up. So that's something last year. It's probably still good.
Still there.
But the expiration date is coming on.
Mhm.
Take all of that stuff out. Take every bit of it out of your pantry. Look at it. If it's still good, and even though those dates are short, maybe a month or 2 or 6 months, you're going to restock it anyway.
Yep.
Right.
Either if you're not going to eat it, load those bags up on your front porch.
I need some fresh Vienna sausages.
Okay.
Some
Some
hurricane food.
some good pinto beans.
Yeah, some good pinto beans.
Think about the people there. This is not an emergency situation for them that they don't have something to cook with.
Right.
But these take them and give it to them. Give it to the post office. They will make sure it goes to the
Right.
right people.
Nothing in glass.
United Way is a great distribution point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They got multiple programs out there.
Yeah, like I said, this is going on my third year. It's been going on, and this is my first year as being a chair with my partner Allison. So I really look forward to getting my hands on and working with everybody. I've gone to local schools, churches, and started handing out flyers just for them to post so that we can get a little bit of awareness. Like I said, it is my first year doing so. So really, this is just a trial time right now for me. I'm getting 100% that I can, but really the future, finding any type of sponsors, volunteers, donations, really where we can help the United Way and help them, with the homeless or people who are really just in need to take care of their families.
So is the post office looking for these bags?
No, sir. Not
Okay.
the United Way does provide volunteers, and they help us. And then as well as like the NALC, our union, we drive around and pick up food ourselves. So that Saturday around checking, any walking routes where our carriers will walk and deliver the mail.
Mhm.
I will try to go and drive around
Yeah.
there so that they don't have to carry them,
Sure.
those cans in their satchel, et cetera. So.
Okay. Well, that's good. How do people know that somebody's coming up to the door that's not wearing perhaps a uniform?
Well, as of right now, the volunteers with United Way just stay at our post office. So the only
Oh,
people
okay.
driving around to pick up food from their local homes will be.
You
So-
know how people are.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to make sure we have on that blue, or some of us might have like a NALC shirt or.
Have you got
you know,
T-shirts made for this year?
we did not get any T-shirts made for this year. Now we only really have a couple people helping us out.
Right.
So, like I said, it was also my first year, so I really wanted to just really
that's
make some
important.
relationships,
Yes.
and introduce myself to people, and really look forward to doing more each year.
This is great. It was such a hit back when COVID and all that happened. But Dylan sounds like, from talking to him, and we had a conversation already, it sounds like he's really right on it, especially with the flyers in the bags.
Yeah.
Because I know last year y'all only had so many flyers, and so
Last year we didn't. I don't even think we got the flyers out on time.
right,
We showed up late. So
right.
this year I
You're
really,
ahead of the curve
really
this
want to
year.
be on it this year
Right.
and into the future. Like I said, I'm not always going to be doing this. Really trying to help set up the next guy.
Right,
So,
right.
Got a caller. Bill probably got a question or a comment. Hey, Bill, what's up?
He probably hung up.
Hey, Bill. Bill, are you there? No. Got an open line. Hey, Bill.
He'll be
Now he
back.
hung up. Or disconnected.
Well, some of the good things, like, you got boxes of macaroni and cheese, pasta, cans,
Mhm.
nothing glass, because glass will break.
Yep.
And it'll be all over the food. But
You're not saying that the letter carriers are
They
going to
never
drop
throw
their backs
anything.
and throw it across.
I'm going to tell
the-
you that when you're loading up your vehicle full of bags and
I
bags
know.
and
I
bags
can
full,
imagine.
and you open that back door and something falls out, you don't want any glass in it.
Mm-mm.
yeah,
So-
and I did speak with our janitor about trying to get a good amount of excess tubs set aside for us so that each
Right.
carrier can have to put that bag of food in there.
Right.
So if they get an excess amount, they'll give me a call, or whoever I'm partnering with at the time will come pick that food up for them and get it, into our location of where we'll be
Do
stashing.
you
all
need
our
any
food.
more volunteers?
At the moment, not that I'm aware of. Like I said, the United Way, they provide a lot of their volunteers,
Right.
and they,
Yes,
we'll have
they're very
about
good.
7 to 10 people at each post office helping
Right.
us load up all the trucks throughout the whole day.
Wow.
It's amazing. It's fun to watch the different vehicles come in and they open up the back and it's just like, how much did you get? It's almost
Yeah.
like a contest between the carriers, but it's really cool. And it's really fun.
So it's going to be picked up on one day. Is that
Second Saturday in May, the 11th.
okay?
The May 11th.
May
okay.
11th. Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
So we need to run it pretty heavy that week leading up to that. Make
Yes,
sure
he's
people
going to
get their
leave
stuff
me
out.
up.
I brought two
Good.
posters. I brought an English one
Nice.
and I brought a Spanish one. Just
Excellent.
in case,
Yes.
in case you have any.
We'll
diverse
post that and
customers.
we'll also put it on the website
Yeah,
too.
awesome.
And then we'll keep reminding everybody.
Sure.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Like I said, I've been in this area for a long time. I'm new to the post office. I'm really just trying to community and anybody that I really can leading into the future because, I have a young son now and I always understood what it was like, but now I really understand,
Right.
that need of help and taking care of your family.
Sure. There are a lot of folks here in Oslo,
That's right.
and let's take care of them without the federal government getting involved and mandating that we do it. Right?
Yes, sir. I 100% agree.
Dylan, do you remember when the food drive actually started?
The food drive started in May of 1990.
Oh, 1993.
Yeah.
Any idea how much food you collected since then?
Since then, we have collected 1.9 billion pounds of food.
Wow.
Yes.
You do know.
Hey, I
Yes.
was a part of that
Yeah. So
a time ago.
2022 started back the in-person food drive.
Yeah.
So like you said, with COVID and everything going on, I'm sure, it put a little dent in that. But since I've came on, we've done the food drive the last couple years and my first year. So I'm really just looking forward to meeting everybody, just trying to really create that relationship for the futures with everybody and just know that, we do care. Like, this is a selfless act. I really just
Very
want to help
proud of the
everybody
post
out
office.
and, take care of everybody as much as I
And
can.
you guys, a lot of you are like me. You like to shop at the big box store, so you don't have to make quite as many runs, and you can get a big package of
Yes.
canned soup.
Yeah.
Things like that. You can get it in quantity cheaper.
Right.
Buy an extra 12-pack or an 8-pack or whatever it comes in.
Yes. The
You'll-
next
you'll
couple
take more than
trips.
one can from people,
Yeah.
don't you?
I sure will. If you give me a call.
Just load
Yeah.
it up out there.
Yeah.
And if you go to a lot of these food stores right now, they have end caps where they have specials like $1 a can
They
for
do.
stuff.
Yeah.
Pick up a couple cans every time you go to the store. Be ready.
If they're selling it in the store, you can rest assured that the expiration date is still good to go.
Sure, yes. And then you've got the dollar store too. If you go to
Got
buy
that.
some, yeah.
Yeah.
If you,
They've
if you
got
don't
food
have
in
anything
there.
in your cupboard,
A lot of you
Couple
have,
cans,
if you haven't been to a
$2.
dollar store or what is it, Big Lots over there, they got all
Yes.
sorts of cans of food over there.
Yeah.
that's right.
Non-perishable
Exactly.
items. How about MREs? You want some MREs?
I do not. I'm sure they would take whatever they would need. but
Carriers.
Everybody's going to want to eat an MRE.
Why?
It's sitting outside for a little bit.
Oh, they're good forever.
Yeah, for sure. I understand that. But is it good? That's the real question.
No.
If it's
Save
good enough.
those for when we might
Yeah,
need
save those for the hurricane.
Oh, yeah. I got a few of them hanging around
That's
here.
right.
I have no doubt about it.
Good buffalo chicken hiding in there.
Okay, explain to everybody now. If you live on a route like Rayford has his mailbox at his door,
Oh,
where
people
does
can do that.
Rayford? It's new houses don't get that anymore. Explain to Rayford where he would leave the food.
So if you have your mailbox on your door, like I said, you're more than welcome to in that bag or in a box or just, even if you just put the can by there, just under your mailbox by your door. So that way, if when your mailman is coming up to deliver your mail, they will see that can's sitting there and they can either grab it and, like I said, load it in their tub in their truck, or they can give me a call and let me know that, hey, at 102, we do have some cans to pick up.
Okay. So if it's a box or anything like that, should we, this without a bag type thing that you recognize the bag, should we throw in it?
Yeah, you could
Flyer.
you could leave a note
Yeah.
for sure. That would make anything. It really is going to be good. As long as you just, like I said, if you put in the bag by the mailbox or in the mailbox,
good to
we'll be
go with
looking
that.
for that. Really, just in the same area of where your mailbox is literally
Right.
where we will be looking for
So
it.
if you live on a route and your mailbox is on the street, on the curb, on the road, just put it right next to that.
Yep.
Well, with my wife
Or
and
if it'll
Amazon, you'll
fit.
probably be able to exchange one package for another.
Hey, that's a fair trade for me though. And you're not the only one. Trust me.
I know that.
I
people get it
have,
every day.
I have a great mailman.
Yeah.
He smiles every time he brings those packages to my door.
Yeah, he's getting them
I'm like,
steps
I'm
in.
sorry.
Getting them steps in.
Dylan, we appreciate it. Now, again, this
Yeah.
food drive is on the second week of
May.
May.
May
And it's
11th.
On that Saturday, the 11th of May. Get all your stuff out there early in the morning.
Yes, sir.
Get it curbside at the curb.
Yeah.
Leave it there, either on the ground in a protective thing. Now, what if it's raining?
Now, if it's raining, then unfortunately, that's just what we'll have to deal with at the time. I would like to say maybe try to put it in your mailbox. That'll be the best bet. But, if it's raining still, please just try to leave it outside if possible. Our mailman's still delivering the rain.
Yep.
And the snow.
And the snow, hurricanes.
Sleet.
As long as it's really not for Jacksonville where like the roads ice,
Correct.
because we're not really acclimated for that. We'll be delivering that mail. So
Okay, so if they they can hang it from the mailbox if they get
Right.
curbside, not a problem. Just put it in a bag, okay?
Yeah.
You can get a garbage and seal it up.
yeah.
Not a big deal. It'll be waterproof.
And you have your flyers that you'll get in your mailbox. If you save
Correct.
it, you can attach it to
There
the
you go.
box or
That's
something.
what I was
So
about to say. Yeah, you can always.
they'll know when they go by.
Yeah, most of these people have been doing it for a long time. It's not necessarily new to them as much as it is new to me. Like I said, I really just want to start getting more awareness out there for the future, not just to kind of sneak up on everybody, and just really set an example for the future.
Dylan, thanks for coming in.
Yes,
Is basically a newbie with postal
Yeah.
service, so that's
Doing a great job.
doing a great job all the
Yeah,
way
well,
through.
thank you for having me on here and allowing me to spread some awareness on your guys' platform. I really appreciate that.
Our
Anytime.
pleasure. We're on Facebook and YouTube already,
Yeah.
and it goes round the clock. It keeps recycling,
Yeah,
and then we've got multiple outlets,
yeah,
So-
Right.
including our own Facebook page.
yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I'll be posting it all.
Thank you, Dylan.
Awesome.
Have a
Thank
good
you,
one.
Dylan.
Yeah, you too.
All right, you're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We'll be right back.
97.1 WSME.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of these specials and many locally owned and operated Richlands Piggly Wiggly, where good things cost less. Down home, down the street, Highway 24, Richlands. Smithfield, brown sugar or spiral sliced half hams, just $2.49 a pound. Bone-in 99 a pound. Whole boneless pork loin, just $1.99 a pound. Certified Angus beef, value pack ground beef, $4.79 a pound. 1 pound package, North Carolina grown, fresh, red ripe, 99 each. And yellow, white, or bicolor corn, 59 cents each. Enjoy down-home country cooking in the deli 7 days a week in the store. Dine in or take out featuring hot, fresh chicken that will make use of your breakfast. Starts at 5:30 a.m. daily at your Richlands Piggly Wiggly Deli, and is home to the famous Murrow Bowl. You can also take advantage of the fast, friendly pharmacy located inside Richlands Piggly Wiggly. Richlands Piggly Wiggly. Down where good things cost less. Highway 24, Richlands. Remember, save big with the pig.
Chico's Tires, 2320 Wilmington Highway is Jacksonville's oldest tire company. And now Jacksonville is Little Chico's, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard. Little Chico's carries all the major brands and all sizes, such as Michelin, Goodyear, BF Goodrich, Bridgestone, and many others. And all new tires have warranty. In addition to a great selection of new tires, Little Chico's has used tires starting at only $30. In addition to new and used tires, Little Chico's does brake service, minor auto and truck repair, expert custom window tinting, and towing. So if you need tires or used, brake service, minor auto or truck repair, expert window tinting, or if you need a tow, visit Jacksonville's newest tire store, Little Chico's, 1675 North Marine Boulevard. By phone 910-3330 for Little Chico's Tire Service, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard, right here in Jacksonville.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local Carrier indoor weather team. Serving all of your heating and air conditioning since 19 now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Generac generators in stock, ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the Carrier experts. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hempstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax, we're on the way.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back here for a couple of minutes. A high-speed chase that started in Jones County over the weekend ended in Onslow County after the driver lost control and crashed. Still not sure of the details, but from pictures posted on social media, the car was sure to be totaled. And we know that the driver was injured, just don't know the extent. The investigation is ongoing, and the details about the driver will be released sooner or later.
Yeah.
Now,
the only thing I knew I got on it this morning was both drivers were transported to Naval Hospital.
Police in Craven County last Saturday netted the driver more charges than you can shake a stick at. Never ceases to amaze me when people drive around the area with contraband in their car at speeds that are sure to attract lawmen. Such was the case when deputy car that was weaving in and out of traffic. A surefire way to get the blue lights working, I'll tell you that right now. Before the driver lost control, Craven County deputies say he reached speeds of 95 miles per hour in a 70-mile zone.
Well, that's on the bypass.
During the chase, the officers say the driver tossed a package out the window. Once he was stopped, deputies, with the help of a canine unit, found the package they say contained a large quantity of cocaine. A large amount of cash was also found in his car. 41-year-old Jacoby Gooch of Durham has a lot of charges to answer for. Okay, I'm trying to build up to it. I might get a little winded, but here goes.
Oh, gosh.
1 count of felony fleet to elude arrest with a count of misdemeanor speeding, 1 count of misdemeanor reckless driving to endanger, 1 count of misdemeanor possession of a revoked driver's license. That's dumb. 1 count of misdemeanor driving while license is revoked, 1 count of misdemeanor failure to heed light or siren, 1 count of improper use of a traffic lane, 1 count of failure to maintain lane control, 1 count of driving the wrong way on a dual lane highway, 1 count of driving left of center passing on the right, 1 count of lane change signal violation, 1 count of failure to carry a valid license, 1 count of misdemeanor littering under window tinting violation. Duh. 1 count of misdemeanor resisting a public officer, 1 count of misdemeanor possession of drug paraphernalia, 1 count of felony maintaining a vehicle for controlled substances, 2 counts of felony trafficking and cocaine, felon possession with intent to sell or distribute cocaine, 1 count of misdemeanor assault on a government official, 2 counts of misdemeanor assaulting a law enforcement agency animal, a passenger in the car. 38-year-old from Durham faces charges that include 1 count of misdemeanor possession of drug paraphernalia, 1 count of felony maintaining a vehicle for controlled substances, 2 counts of felony trafficking in cocaine, 1 count of felony possession with intent to sell, distribute cocaine, 1 count of misdemeanor littering. I'm almost done. Gooch is being held under $3.5 million secured bond.
Good.
While Reed was given a $1 million bond.
Wow.
You're gonna violation of window tinting, weaving in and out of traffic, high rate of speed, don't have a driver's license, it's been revoked. You got all of that. Why don't you just put a flag up? The best thing is get yourself a flag. A marijuana leaf would be good, and flag of your car.
Well, red flag, red flag, red flag. I mean, if you're going to do drugs and carry, well, first of all, don't speed, don't drive erratically.
And don't put heavy window tinting on a car that wasn't designed for it.
I mean, that was, oh, wow. That's a great stop for that trooper.
As Craven deputies.
Congratulations, Craven County. A great job.
Yeah, sheriff over there, he's been cracking down on this stuff.
Oh, yes.
So, okay, you're live in local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 11 20 a.m. WSME.
97.1.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing to do that too? We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
In a season of falling temperatures and rising energy bills, your local Bryant professional is always ready, standing by to protect your home's comfort and defend you from uncomfortable temperatures and the higher energy bills associated with them. Ready to do whatever it takes for your home, your family, and you to be comfortable without breaking the bank. Because when the temperature falls, that's when your local Bryant professional turns up the heat efficiently.
Call Down East Heating and Air Conditioning at 346-4311 and let them keep you comfortable this winter. Down East Heating and Air Conditioning, serving Ireland over 25 years. Also, Down East can help you with your home guttering needs. Call Down East today at 346-4311.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
Well, Lincoln Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane and Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane and Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane and Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane and Family Dentistry.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano Avenue in Swansboro.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Boy, I got that one time just right, didn't I? I went out and refill the water.
I was starting like
get a fan turn on.
Do the heavy breathing just watching you. I just want to do a public service announcement. Okay. Yesterday, we got a flyer sent to us by the Jacksonville Public Safety Office.
Mm-hmm.
They are partnering with Safe Kids of Onslow County.
Yes, good.
April 27th, 2024, at 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Target parking lot on Western Boulevard. They're going to do free car seat installation. They're certified technicians. So this is a great clinic that they'll be having. It's a car seat clinic, and we'll keep reminding you. And I did post it on our page last night.
Parents, there are a lot of car seats out there. They're not all great car seats. And when you go to some of the secondhand stores, I mean, you might be thinking you're saving a lot of money, but those seats they're not what you need to have if there's going to be a problem.
Right.
Kind of like I tell people with fire extinguishers, but get the biggest one in ones that you can. If you got one, you don't have any, because it doesn't take long for that one to go away.
Very true.
Some boats, if they're 26 feet or over, they require 2. But I like, when my boat gets in very shortly, I had the required 2 in it.
I hope so. I'm ready.
Last July, I had a little bit of an issue, and it used both of them up.
Right.
But there will be at least 4 in it. I will have double what I need and do not buy just because the thing is a little bit smaller and you save $2. Get one that's double that size for $2 more. Duh.
Oh,
Because
certainly.
when you need it, you need it.
Certainly.
When you need something like that, a order would be just about right.
You
Right.
got up your boat. Now John's song is stuck in my head.
John's song.
John's song. John that used to work at the marina,
Oh,
at the Thai Line Marine. The song that he said they were all singing on the weekend.
yeah.
This boat is on fire.
It was a hot boat.
It was stuck in my head now. Oh, when he did that,
John is like that.
he is crazy. He's
That's
a
why
good
he's
guy.
in jail
He's
now.
yeah, working jail. Let's clarify that. Yeah, new
he's up
song
there.
out.
He's one of the newest detention officers, and I think they still
Nice.
have a couple of openings down there.
Yes,
So
they do.
if you guys are looking for a job, it is a good job. You
Right.
get to learn a whole lot. We're going to get John in here with the sheriff's permission one day
Yes,
after
I
he's
would
had maybe
love
6
that.
months or so in the job. Just what is it like? Because he's got prior law enforcement experience
Oh, I
and
didn't
Air
know he
Force
did.
experience. He's seen it from a lot of sides, and he was looking forward to actually spending a year in the detention facility to see what it's like on the other side.
Very
I've never
nice.
worked that. I always take them, and I left them at the door.
Open up the Sally Port door.
Yeah, here you go. Got one for you.
Yeah,
See
throw them
ya.
out to the Sally Port.
See,
shut
I
the door,
wouldn't
go
want to
on.
be you, but then they have to deal with them, and they deal with them, and they're all human beings in there.
Right,
Okay,
right.
so these are not people who made a mistake and got caught. But
We have to remember some of those people have fallen on hard times and
they have
hit rock bottom, and
then of course you have the frequent flyers that
Yeah,
there as
yes.
well. And
They're
they're
very-
welcome to anybody, but it's still a job. You've got to deal with all sorts of individuals. There's
Right.
nothing wrong with that, and it's good experience.
yes.
It's going to be good.
Then you've
additional
got the
training.
ones that run from the law with cocaine in their cars, tinted windows.
Oh, I'd be the one that I'd like to walk by every day if I was a detention officer in Craven County and say,
Yes, I
look what
walk
you
by,
did.
"Hey, would you like a pack of crackers?" It's about all you're getting today.
Yeah, buddy. You done screwed up, bud.
But you have to deal with so many personalities with a job like that.
You do.
Yes.
Okay, let's take a quick break. And by the way, we got some time here this morning. If y'all want to call, ring us up. Today's your day. We're going to get kind of busy. For those trying to call earlier.
Sorry, Bill.
And I didn't change that thing. You can do that when we're in this break.
Oh yeah, okay. I'll
Flip
do
that little thing down so I can
Oh.
see the phone when it rings. Yes, I see the phone when it rings here. It doesn't ring. We got lights to go off, but I put a little flap up this morning and I failed to turn it down. You're live, and I can't see it from here. You're live at Local Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
News, I'm Gianna Gelosi. Former President Donald Trump posting a $175 million bond in his New York civil fraud case.
It stops the clock on collection and then prevent the state from seizing his assets. A court lowered the bond last week from its original amount of $464 million. Trump was ordered to pay that amount after a judge found he fraudulently inflated the value of his properties.
That is Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer, and Mr. Trump was also ordered Monday to stop verbal attacks on the family of the judge overseeing his hush money case. The nonprofit food aid group World Central Kitchen says it's pausing operations in Gaza after an Israeli airstrike killed 7 of its workers. Those killed include a dual citizen and Canada. Meanwhile, tensions are rising between Israel and Iran after a separate strike leveled Iran's consulate in Damascus. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1.
WSME.
It's live and local. Real talk.
Okay, it's 8 o'clock. Good morning. Welcome back to Live and Local Real Talk. During that 1 minute Fox News break, I compressed just a little bit after reading that drug story.
She's gonna need oxygen. Used all of it up telling that story.
Got a caller. Hey, Timmy, what's up? What is going on? Timmy, are you there? Tim.
Well, we're just not doing well with the
I don't know
phones
why
this
it's not
morning.
connecting.
Yeah, it could be the caller, Tim.
Tim, are you there? Give us a call.
Hey, just real quick, in case everyone was wondering why the flags are at half staff.
Mm-hmm.
Governor Roy Cooper ordered yesterday. He ordered all U.S. and North Carolina flags at half staff beginning yesterday, which didn't come out Thursday afternoon until sunset today in honor of Lexington Fire Ronnie Metcalf, who died this past Friday from injuries sustained while responding to a house fire last
Hate
week.
that. Hate tragic situation. Timmy, is that you again?
Rayford, it's Dorothy. It's
Hey,
not Timmy.
hey, Dorothy, how are you?
Very good, very good. When I was chatting with you yesterday online, you said, give me a call at 8 o'clock. We have some stuff to talk about.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we are. You know, I sent you a story that we were talking about yesterday from Colorado, where they got a bill out there proposing an 11% tax, a penalty basically, for anybody buying a gun or buying ammo in the great state of Colorado. I really never would have thought Colorado would have been one of those states that was anti-gun, but apparently, again, I was wrong.
Well, I don't think it's the state of Colorado. I think it's a small group of people, as we were seeing all around the country, where they're trying to impose these ridiculous rules and regulations about something that's in our Constitution that we have a right to have.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the problem is, especially a lot of voters, are not paying attention. You know, they're just not. There's either some issues that they're interested in or some that they're just so tired of hearing about. They think, well, nothing's going to change, so I'm not going to worry about that. That's the scariest. The minute you do that is when changes are made that will impact your life in a negative way. And we're seeing that even on the federal form, the federal 4473 form, which they seem to be changing now almost every year. It's pigeonholing, dividing, and it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's that AT form that we all have to fill out every time we go to buy a gun, long gun, short gun, a grenade launcher or whatever. We got to fill this thing out. And there are all sorts of opportunities for you to tell the truth. And for those who don't want to tell the truth, there are opportunities to just give Hunter Biden a call and ask him. Because you can screw up. Are you addicted to? Are you a frequent user of? Are you yada, yada, yada? And you say, I'm good to go. Because if you say, yes, I am, the gun dealer's not going to give you a gun.
Correct.
But when you get caught lying about it, it's a federal offense.
It is.
Oh.
It is a federal offense. And like we talked about the other day about that judge saying it's okay for people that are here illegally to own firearms. Right on the floor.
Yeah. Well,
so they're not even adhering to their own rules and regulations, but they're just separating people in tinier and tinier groups, which we all know is never a positive return at the end.
No, it's not. So,
Dorothy, up like that.
Dorothy, as a gun dealer, you got Surf City Guns and Ammo. If you, as a gun dealer, have somebody to come in and they say, they answer that question that they are a legal person here in this country, and you know differently, what are you going to do?
Well, as we've discussed in the past, I'm one of the few businesses in the country that can refuse a sale for any reason at any time.
You mean discriminate?
So I can discriminate. So if something doesn't feel right, or like you said, if I know for a fact that somebody is lying about an answer on a form, I can stop the. Whereas, you know, what would the government do to this person if they answered incorrectly? Is it supposed to be a felony? But I don't know. I don't see any proof in the writing on that, on people being, you know, charged and held accountable. But I do have the right. Once something doesn't feel right at any point, up to the second I hand them that firearm, I can stop that transaction.
Mm-hmm. Have you had to do that?
Where I just absolutely knew that something was wrong. That just something didn't feel right about it. And at the time, you know, I felt awkward doing it, or something like that, but I knew. And so I just, you know, I basically said, I'm sorry, there's an issue here. We can't proceed any further. And that was it. And the person apparently understood because he left in a rather large hurry. So guessing he was hoping I wasn't going to call anybody and say, "Hey, if this person walks in your door, be careful."
Should there be a dealer network, a gun dealer network? So when Joe Blow walks in the store and you say feeling about this, is there a way to blacklist them with all FFLs?
There isn't, unless you get the government involved, and then the government goes through and puts something on their background check. Now, if they have a concealed carry, we don't call in a background check, and that's a lengthy process. We have been hearing on the news about having somebody deemed unfit to own a firearm. But that's really the only way. There is no network of. I encountered that years ago when we first started, and there was a theft in Sneed's Ferry at one of these storage units, and a Marine had called me and said all of his guns had been stolen.
Oh, my.
He reported them, of course, to the sheriff's department list. And he said, "Well, can you call the sheriff's department and ask them yourself?" Now, this was before Hans was sheriff. And I did. I called the sheriff's department and I asked for a list. And they said, "No, I'm sorry. We can't give you that." And I said, "If somebody walks into my shop with one of these guns to try to sell, how will I know?" And they said, "Well, if the person just looks suspicious, don't sell them a gun."
Oh, God.
Oh, that's
I was like, wow, that can't be the real answer here.
No.
So not only is there not a network, there's not really a fluid agreement between law enforcement and gun dealers like there should be.
Well, I
When
would
there's
think,
gun-
you know,
gun theft,
they
we
go,
should be
I
the
do.
first on that line to know.
I do know that guns, that law enforcement goes around on a regular basis. I assume they still do, and check pawn shops and stuff
I hope so.
for stolen
I
property.
do hope so. I mean, I have heard where people have found stolen items at pawn shops, but they don't contact us. And regular gun shops take in firearms just like them, of course, but we take them into trade.
And
But we're kind of left out the loop on that. Which
and
we
you've
shouldn't
got
be.
no way, like law enforcement does, to run a serial number on a gun that you take in, right?
We don't.
Wow. That's a shame.
There's a big missing link there.
I would think that because you guys have got federal firearms licenses, I would think every law enforcement, I would think that you would have the ability to run at least through NCIS a serial number on a gun to see if it's stolen.
Yes, we should. You're right. It should
What
be
greater
even in
tool?
our name, it says it.
What a greater tool would there be?
Absolutely.
I agree.
EF is missing the boat on this one, y'all,
Absolutely right.
because NCIS will be a federal thing. They are really missing the boat on this one. We got to send some notes up to ATF.
And like you said, that would be the common sense solution.
Oh.
Eliminate a lot of problems right off the bat.
Okay. About these laws in Colorado, we don't have that issue in North Carolina, not just yet. Of course, it's all a legislative deal, and we change legislators more often than some people change underwear. So we probably need to make sure that all of us who want to maintain our gun rights pay attention to whoever's running for office, right?
Absolutely.
And ask questions.
Absolutely. Not only ask questions, look in their background.
Yeah.
You know, everybody says what you want to hear when they're running for office. It's what have they done in the 5 years or 10 years prior to that you need to be aware of. And so I always say to you, and we all know that, you know, big media can twist and change things to make somebody look like a villain who isn't, and make somebody look good that isn't.
Yeah.
So I always say, do your research, ask questions, look up, you know, past newspaper reports about out there.
Yep.
Just, you know, take an hour out of your day and check on these people.
Yeah, just put on Google Joe Blow and gun legislation and see what you come up with. And if he's an elected official, you can find out.
Absolutely.
So, well, that's pretty cool. Anything else going on we need to know about?
No, just that April 27th, Hollywood's going to have their first annual Bee Festival.
Yes.
So if any of you out there are into gardening and bees,
Festival.
using natural
Bee.
pesticides so you don't kill things in your yard,
Yes.
we'd love to see you.
And
It's going to be like a farmer's market kind of style from 10 to 3 on Saturday the 27th.
and I haven't told Lee or Kelly yet, but I think we're probably going to set up a booth down there.
Let's go.
We'd absolutely love it.
Okay.
Absolutely love it.
We'll just be sitting there, meet and greet, say hi to people.
I
Some
would
people,
love
they may not know who we are.
That would be awesome. Then we get to see what's going on.
We can be there.
We can be.
We can be there. Just keep the bees away from
Dorothy,
me.
don't let us forget. We'll be there.
No, I got
We will
Well, I'll tell
be
you what,
there.
The bee jokes will never end now. Lee.
No, I
You
know
start
it.
saying everything you say would be, you're gonna have to laugh.
Buzz. It's all about the buzz.
It'll be a busy morning.
Or a buzzy morning.
I'll be there. Dorothy, you going to have some of your stuff there?
Oh yeah, we'll have some of our stuff. In fact, the street fair itself is in
Oh,
front of
yeah.
our building.
Because I'm still looking for a
that
a
where we're
purse
gonna-
that has the concealed carry slot in it.
Not me.
Oh yeah, I'll
Good.
have all the purses set up.
See, there you go.
All
I'm
right.
already.
If we're going to be set up on the street in front of your place. Good.
Oh, yeah.
Can you bring some axes out there where I'm going to be set up so I can chunk them at people?
No, being a talk
Get you a
show,
Nerf gun.
we don't need anybody out there with axes, Rayford.
Oh, not them. Me.
They may have us.
Oh, it's going to get bad from here on.
Oh,
I
it's,
see it coming.
it's already getting deep.
Dorothy, thank you as always.
Thank you, Dorothy.
Thank you guys.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Dorothy Royal from City Guns and Ammo. She got the arcade there, and that's in Holly Ridge.
Yes.
So
Throw axes.
if you're going from here to there, when you see the fire department on your right, before you get to the light, the traffic light,
Take a left.
It's on Sound Road.
I'm putting it on our calendar.
Yeah, we'll be there. Be there with all the buzz. You ought to be outfit. Maybe I need to get me a beekeeper suit or a hat or something to wear. Just in case some bees get loose. I'm allergic.
I'd be running.
Bees can run faster than I can.
I'd be running.
If you like to visit Bear Island,
Oh, yes.
one of Oslo's pristine beaches here, it is a hidden treasure that a lot of people have found. Perhaps you like camping there during the summer months anyway. Well, not this summer.
No.
There are problems with access to clean water.
Which is important to have.
Very important. And the sewer system is having some issues. So they're rebuilding it.
Yes.
North Carolina Park says the area will be closed through the entire summer, perhaps longer. If you have a reservation there already, you might want to reach out for alternative destinations. There is some good news here. The park is set to open its new campground at the mainland access area later this year. Don't know exactly when. That will include cabins, RV campsites, and camping if you prefer to roof it.
Nope.
I've done enough tent camping. I don't need to do
I
any more.
told you the last tent camping I did at Hatteras a couple of years ago. That was the last for me.
Skeeters.
Well, I can't even begin to tell you how that weekend went, but the next time if we ever do another family outing and it involves tents, I am not letting my sister pick the tent.
What did she pick?
A 2-man tent.
For how many people?
Her and myself. But you had to get.
There were no men in that. You said a 2-man tent.
Well, that's probably the problem, man. But we had to crawl in on our knees first, and there was to lay there.
So there
I
was,
like
it was
those
two
tents.
shelter halves, and like basically.
I like
cup
those
tent.
like hotel tents
Uh-huh.
where you have like
Separate
a room
rooms.
that you can walk into before the other room.
Have you ever tried to set up one of those things?
No, but I'm sure I could.
Yeah, it will take you a day. And then you will be missing a steak somewhere or another. And there are not a lot of trees up there to go cut steaks on.
Well, I know there was we were under and there was a bird all night long. All night long.
Pellet rifle.
It was about 2:00 in the morning. I just yelled out, "Somebody kill the bird!" You know, I mean, it was no. Mm-mm. I mean, I'm not a princess when it comes to camping, but I do like a little bit of comfort.
I said years ago, roughing it these days is when one of the air conditioners on the Airstream breaks. You're live in local Real Talk. Freedom 97 WSME. Marine weather is next.
97.1.
Luxurious, smart strand forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, solid tech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home. that's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2023 in the flooring covering and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering, they're more than just floors. It's custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering, family owned and operated since 1997, with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering, you stand on it, we stick.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion.
Hey, Bill, do not hang up. We'll be right with you.
Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and paid top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro reminds you to check your mailbox and find your quote on homeowners insurance. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you're in good hands, like helping your home coverage with their Write Your Own home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for anything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Call today, 910-326-5383. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Check your mailbox today for savings on your homeowner's insurance.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back, and just before we get to weather, we're going to talk to Bill. He's back on the line, right, Bill?
Yes.
Thank goodness.
I was calling just to, I guess, ask. I was trying to get a feel from the postal that is in charge of and how much of a dent that makes the annual requirements, basically, by the United Way and the people they distribute to, either Salvation Army or different community organizations.
Well, I would tell you that probably is going to have
drive.
That's probably going to have to come from United Way. It's something we might reach out and find out. That's a good question.
I know that they do distribute it amongst different organizations in Onslow.
Yeah, it's sort of a good reminder, I guess, to people where they do it once a year that that's the requirement sort of by the United Way and whoever they support with the food, that throughout the year they still the one drive that they're going to do it. So it's without hunger for food line. And I noticed they did it for Christmas, but when they said holidays, it made me think, maybe they should the big holidays throughout the year. And they used to have a box that had a group of things in it, spaghetti and meatballs, chicken noodles, soup, tomato sauce, macaroni and cheese, cut beans. And they provided it in a box. And I don't know how much the box cost, but it was something, they had it run. I don't know if they still do it. But it was called Holidays Without Hunger, and they promoted it at Christmas. It was more of a decorated thing for Christmas, but it made me think, looking at it, that it's it's sort of a good reminder all through the year that every holiday they promote it.
Well, I will tell you, you can donate to United Way every day of the year, all 365 if you choose. That would be the best thing to do.
Sure. We have the soup kitchen. We have Salvation Army.
Money and other stuff where there was sort of like a Homeland Security for all the agencies beneath Homeland Security. The United Way sort of had that same, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, the Salvation Army, a lot of the USO, and other things underneath them that they would distribute money to. So, but anyway, a clearinghouse of who needs what and for what, and this is what you'll get.
Sounds good, Bill. Hey, man.
Thanks, Bill.
Yeah,
Good
it might
suggestions.
be interesting to get a follow up from them, just to say, how much of a dent. It's sort of a good start, having a federal government agency sort of jump starting it with a national nonprofit.
Sure.
But just to get an idea what it really amounts to would be, a good thing from them.
Okay, Bill. Thank you. Thanks for the suggestion.
Anyway, take care.
You too. Small craft advisories in effect through Wednesday morning. Why? Gale watch in effect also from Wednesday morning through Wednesday evening. The marine forecast brought to you by Community Vision Services right here in Jacksonville. Did you know that depression, anxiety numbers have increased significantly since 2017?
Yes.
When Kelly gets back, I'm going to ask her why. Why since 2017?
I can give you a list.
There's a bunch of, I haven't, but I'm just curious as to why. Y'all, adult and youth numbers are climbing at a steady rate. Adults and kids. Do you or someone you know have issues with either depression or anxiety? So reach out. Don't hold it in. Encourage. If you've got kids that are anxious all the time, ask them why. If they don't want to talk to you, maybe maybe they'll talk to someone else. Like the staff at Community Prevention Services. They can help and are eager to do so. They provide quality, here's a big word, confidential counseling for individuals from 7 to 100. Age or older. Call today, 910-353-0972. Community Prevention Services, they're located at 918 Henderson Drive, right here in Jacksonville. Set up an appointment, set up a counseling session, whatever you need, just an evaluation. They'll help you out. 910-353-0972. Offshore today, southerly 15 to 20 knots, increasing to 20 to 25 this afternoon. Gust up to 30 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet. Dominant period 5 seconds. Sounds and rivers choppy, becoming rough this afternoon. Tomorrow, southwesterly winds 20 to 25 knots, increase 25 to 30 in the afternoon. Gusts up to 35 knots, seas 5 to 8 feet. Building, they're going to get bigger, 7 to 10 in the afternoon tomorrow. Dominant period 6 seconds. Sounds and rivers rough, increasing to very rough. Thursday, westerly winds 20 to 25 knots, gusts to 30, seas 5 to 8 feet. They'll be a little bit lower near shore, 4 to 6. Sounds and rivers rough. It's just going to be kind of sloppy.
Okay, and today is going to be partly sunny with a high near 80 west wind, 5 to 15 miles per hour, with gusts as high as 24. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 65. Wednesday, a 90% chance of showers and possibly thunderstorms, high near 77. Breeze south wind 13 to 20 with gusts as high as 31. Wednesday night, a chance of showers with a low of 46. Thursday, mostly sunny with a high near 66. But Thursday night, we're going to dip down to a low of 40.
Jeez.
It's the beginning of spring.
Up and down, up and down.
It's that time of the year where Mother Nature likes to play with you.
Yeah, we're going to get some rain too at some point in time. Yes. Just when we thought we put apart, when we're approaching the end of the flu season, then along comes a warning from the CDC. Duck! An invasive bacterial infection is on the rise in the United States. We can't see it. We have problems identifying it and treating it. cases of meningococcal disease, mainly caused by the bacteria Neisseria meningitis, reached 422 last year. Huh? That's all?
Is this something
422.
Duck?
The highest annual number of cases reported since 2014. They're on the rise. So far this year, 143 cases have been identified and reported to the CDC as of March 25th, 62 more than the number reported at the same time last year. This invasive strain that is causing most of the cases primarily affects adults between 30 and 60. That's 65% of the cases. Also affected are Black or African American people, 63%. And people with HIV, 15%. These stats are like, what are you basing all of that on? The strain appears to have a higher fatality rate than strains from previous years. Oh, goody. Of 94 patients, 17 of them died from the infection. It's an 18% death rate.
Darn.
A significant percentage increase in the death rate compared to earlier years. And if you're gay or you're a switch hitter, your chances of contracting the infection is greater. I have no information. Don't even bother to ask me. I don't know. Just reporting what they're saying. More good news? No. 1 in 5 survivors can experience long-term disabilities such as deafness, brain damage, limb loss, or other nervous system problems. Here's what you need to look out for. This is according to the CDC. The symptoms of meningitis, including fever, stiff neck, headache, nausea, vomiting, sensitivity to light, or altered mental status. Okay. It can also cause meningococcal bloodstream infection, which is marked by fever and chills, vomiting, fatigue, cold hands and feet, severe aches and pains, diarrhea, rapid breathing, or a dark purple rash.
I'm going to be sure to duck this one.
Not a lot to go on here, just enough to scare the crap out of a lot of people with one or more of those symptoms, though, right?
Sounds like the flu. So, except for the lost limbs part. Now,
Yeah,
you said it's named Duck?
No, I said duck. Y'all need to duck.
Oh, because I was like, where did the
Get out of the way. Watch out. The
Yes.
CD does say that cases are rare and we don't need to panic. Oh, good. Thanks.
We need to ask.
You already caused me to panic.
We need to ask Dr. Rose about
Oh,
this.
we will tomorrow. Meningococcal meningitis.
Oh, my neck hurts now. Just listening
Yeah,
to that.
all of that does. It's a bacterial infection. They treat it with antibiotics, but I'm not sure which ones. I'm not sure that they know which ones. It has a fatality rate of 18%. That's fairly significant, y'all.
Well, that's why we have the WHO, the World Health Organization.
Yeah, the what? President Biden said yesterday that he didn't do it when asked about his official White House proclamation declaring March 31st, the same day as Easter this year, as Transgender Day of Visibility. Yep, yesterday, in an exchange with reporters at the annual White House Easter egg roll, Biden declined responsibility for the proclamation. House Speaker Mike Johnson's criticism of the action. Biden said, he's thoroughly misinformed. I didn't do that. Yeah, he didn't do what the country saw on TV. That's what he's saying. Maybe it was the Biden White House keeps sending into the game. We know presidents have imposters right out there, so they can send them up to events that are. I'm just kidding.
I have people that actually. I had somebody that was texting me once and said, you know that all those people in the White House are the imposters. They have the real president and vice president and all the staffers in the basement. Yeah, in seclusion. The people who believe that.
Well, in Biden's case, they got him in the attic. We just need to know which one to vote for or against.
Yes.
My election day will be a good day to go fishing. I'm just telling you right now, at least we stand a chance of catching something good if I go fishing. Because I don't think whatever happens on election day, we're going to catch anything good. Not out of Washington, anyway.
I'm still waiting to see what all hits the ballots.
Yeah, it's going to be a mess. I don't really care how mad you get with cops. Think about the ramifications of your actions before you act. This message brought to you as a public service of me. Down in Hotlanta, here's the story. This is where Kelly is right now. The FBI headquarters in Atlanta has a gate that only allows authorized vehicles to access, cars with stickers or passes or guys in the cars that show their thing, right? Well, this one guy tried to follow an authorized car through the gate, but a concrete and steel barrier and the car smashed into it. It's one of those things that was down in the ground. You don't see it until a button is pushed and it pops up and you run into it. Ask me how much damage he did to that barrier.
Picture of it.
Nothing to the barrier. His
But
car,
his car
however,
was
wasn't so lucky.
totaled.
And that luckless driver has a lot of explaining to do. They haven't determined his name. At least they're not sure of his name. And he's being evaluated in a hospital to determine his mental. He followed through the open gate. It takes a period of time when the car goes through.
Right.
It's okay to go through. It takes he was on the bumper of the car and went on through the gate, got through the gate, but boom.
I saw that picture where he hit that thing, and I was like,
Along with the
"Whoa."
immovable barricade, the driver was met by 2 agents from the car he was following and by 2 additional agents who were heading out for lunch. Oh, God.
It's stupid people.
The pimple-led Republic of North Korea fired off another missile. I'm guessing it's their way of saying they are a powerful nation. It all took place early this morning, their time. The missile was launched from the countries towards the Sea of Japan. Japan's Coast Guard reported that the projectile fell quietly into the sea. South Korea, along with the United States and Japan, are strengthening their relationships in the midst of concerns about North Korea and Russia working together and threatening that region. Some fragments from a Russian-launched missile were recovered recently, and investigators say that missile came from North Korea. So let me get this straight. Russia is buying from North Korea?
This world.
What are we doing? Russia is buying missiles from North Korea.
That's not.
That's a problem.
That is a big problem. And I was reading an article last night. They were showing the most vulnerable places in the United States to be hit by nuclear attack. And they said they military bases first.
Yeah, good. No.
But I would think that our military base here would have something set up where they would.
We don't have anything to fight incoming ballistic missiles here that I know of.
Don't they have some kind of warning system out there on base?
Yeah. Oh, you're getting ready to die.
Jesus.
No.
I mean, they don't have anything to.
I assume that all of our anti-missiles would come from other locations, can launch from wherever and be here within a minute or 2 or 7.
It was an interesting article, and it showed probability would be the West Coast first, California.
Probably.
Which
they got Camp Pendleton there, and then,
right?
But as they're obviously going to go after the nation's capital.
Of course,
they've already seen how they can get there with an airplane.
Yes.
I don't know whether I assume that something coming across the 3,000 miles of open ocean between here and yonder, the nearest landmass is out there. Here's the problem. We would have early detection of something coming from 3,000 miles or more away. Russia's further. But what about those nuclear lurking beneath the sea, just like we have nuclear submarines lurking beneath the sea?
And you want to go fishing.
They have missiles on board.
Right. Yes.
Strike from underwater. They don't even have to surface.
I'm sure there's a whole lot of things that we don't even know about that are out there.
I mean, they got lots of under the Pacific, under the Atlantic. You won't know that they're there until they have to launch something. Yes.
It's very, just recently retired General Frank McKenzie, the former CENTCOM head, said the group ISIS-K has a strong desire to attack the United States, and the Biden officials should believe them when they say that.
Just to make a name for themselves. That's all.
Yeah,
that's all there is.
He said that he thinks the threat, and retired General Mark Quantock, who oversaw intelligence operations for CENTCOM, agrees with him.
Yeah.
He says that the United States is one of their biggest targets and their biggest challenge would try to penetrate our security.
Yeah. Well,
I believe they're already here. Some.
Well, I know we have people here. We have bad people here in the country.
Yeah, coming across the border.
We keep arresting them from time to time. Much about them after they arrest them. But I don't know. I mean, it's a little concerning.
It is very
It's a
concerning.
lot concerning. Let's go back to Robert Kennedy for a second.
Okay. Robert Kennedy.
He said yesterday, this was a disconcerting note. Now, he's a Democrat, but he's not anymore, right?
Right.
He believes that President Biden presents a greater threat than former President Trump.
I saw that.
That's a powerful statement. Kennedy said during an appearance on CNN that Biden is a much worse threat to democracy than Trump because the current president has been weaponizing to censor his political opponents. Oh.
Well, you know, he's not doing all that great in the polls, 1%, which is the highest of any third party running in there since.
Yeah.
Don't count him out yet.
You know, it just depends on how bad that Biden and Trump come across. And is he a decent alternative? Well, you know, bad person. He didn't have enough Democrat support to be, no Democrat had any support to outdistance Biden as far as getting the nomination. That was a done deal. Any incumbent party is going to get that party's nomination, right?
Absolutely.
That's the way it goes. Your party would look disheveled if you dissed the president and picked somebody else.
You'd be a dino then.
Yeah. The thing is, I'm still not convinced that Biden can make it through the Democrat National Convention.
Well, you know, he served 4 years, and it's the thing to let the incumbent run again. That's the thing, but knowing the issues he's having,
yeah,
you would think the Democratic Party is like, we need to maybe put another option out. Not stronger.
They cannot put another option. They need to convince Biden not to seek re-election. That's the only way that that's going to happen, that the Democrats have a chance. Now, who would they pick? Would Robert Kennedy come out of what he's doing and become a Democrat and seek the nomination, or would they give it to him? Do they have to give it to a party member?
Well,
could they give it to an unaffiliate?
Now, I know the Republican Party in a race where there are no Republicans running and only an unaffiliated, we can throw our support behind that unaffiliated. It's something that we all have to agree and vote on. But as far as what you're saying, no, they're not going to do that. Parties are not going to cross lines on a level to do that. I mean, but you know, who's saying it can't happen? It's going to be interesting to see how the state party is going to do now under new leadership.
He says the greatest threat to this, Kennedy says the greatest threat to democracy is not somebody who questions election returns, but a president of the United States who will use the power of his office to force the social media companies, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, to open a portal and get access to that portal to the FBI, the CIA, the IRS, and the NIH to censor his political critics. Force social media companies to give access, total access to the FBI, the CIA, the IRS. Why the IRS and the NIH? Kennedy, as you will recall, challenged Biden for the Democratic Party's presidential nomination, but he knew that wasn't going to happen. There's no way that they would choose him. No way to allow that.
I tell you, it's going to be a contentious year.
Then he announced his bid back in to take on Biden as an independent and unaffiliated and 2024 election. If the three of them are on the ballot, there will be others, of course, those other
there's
5 parties or 4 parties.
Right.
But if the three of them are on they would be the front runners, I would think, right? Right up front.
Right.
Pardon me. But they would be the front runner. So here's what I want to know from you folks. I know Steve is out there. He's probably got an opinion. Tim has got an opinion. Theo should have an opinion. I'd like to hear from you after the break. Of the them. Forget parties.
Forget parties.
Just throw your parties aside for a minute. Biden, Trump, or Robert F. Kennedy is still calling himself a junior, though the senior is dead.
Right.
Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. Our number 910-333-0139. Anyone can give me their opinion. I'd love to hear it. 910-333-0139. I dare you. We'll be right back.
Freedom 97.1.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement, parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384. If your plans include hitting the road this year to do some traveling, make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with the best value in all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in this area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspections, complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
Hello. These specials and many, many more at your locally owned and operated pig store, down home, down the street. Where good things cost less. Main Street, downtown Maysville. Smithfield, brown sugar or spiral sliced half ham. Just two half-cut boneless ribeye loin, $9.99 a pound. Bone-in standing rib roast, just $10.99 a pound. Whole boneless pork loin, $1.99 a pound. Certified Angus beef value pack ground beef, $4.79 a pound. Certified pork London broil, $4.99 a pound. Thick boneless pork chops, $2.79 a pound. Jumbo pack boneless fryer breast, $2.59 a pound. 1 pound package North Carolina grown fresh red ripe strawberries, $2.99 each. Yellow, white, or bicolor corn, just 59 cents each. Tender crisp snap peas, $1.79 a pound. Large California navel orange, cents each. Fresh golden ripe pineapples, 2 for $5. Only $4. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, down home, down the street. Where good things cost less. Main Street, downtown Maysville. Remember, save big with the pig.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
We do have a caller. Good morning. Who's this?
Hi, my name is Mike.
Hey, Mike. What's up?
Mike.
Hey, how you doing? Just wanted to comment on Robert Kennedy Jr.
Yes.
Well, his family thinks he wouldn't take anything he says at great value. Looking at the many conspiracies that he's been promoting throughout the years, he promotes that mass shootings are linked to prescription drugs. 2004 presidential election was stolen. The CIA was involved in the assassination of John Kennedy. The wrong person may have been convicted of killing his father. The pharmaceutical industry is throwing money at Democrats. What else? Yeah, stuff like the COVID-19 targets certain races, given their immunity, and a host of other things. So, dude, he's not particularly in the right frame of mind.
Yeah, he's a great person. I would love to have him sitting in the room here so he could just answer questions for 2 hours. Without commercials, we wouldn't even take any commercial breaks with that one. But that would be a lot of fun to have him in here because I got a lot of questions for him that date back and way back.
Yeah, so he talks a lot of conspiracy theories, He's known for his family. They pretty much disavowed him.
Yep.
So I think that says a lot on his own.
Yeah. Well, he had a lot of issues, and of course with internal issues and Kennedy issues. We all know that.
I think
but,
any Kennedy is doomed.
yeah, they have problems.
Yeah.
They have a
And
curse.
I probably would not be wanting to run if I was a Kennedy for public office. Just saying.
No, I think they carry a curse with them.
Yeah. As far as Sirhan killing his daddy, did it. He got caught doing it. He got nailed on the spot by a football star. Tackled him. That was a done deal.
Yeah. Yeah, he bleeds into a lot of other different conspiracies. He just is one of them people where it's just spiraled out of control to where, like, even if, like what you said earlier about the Bidens want to set up a back channel with all the agencies and stuff like that for the social media companies. You got to think, where would he access that information? He doesn't have any access, so how will he know that?
Well, I think that's been kind of out there that the administration wanted the social media, like Facebook, particularly Instagram was the second one. They wanted the feds to have access to all of the stuff that's going on behind the scenes. Now, the excuse that they used at the time, I almost said reason, the excuse that they used at the time was, to just in case there are conspiracies out there being planned on these social medias. But that was just an excuse. We know what they're after. We know what agencies. It's for political reasons and political reasons only. I do not know for a fact that the FBI, the CIA, and other organizations are actually doing that. I don't know that they're into that social media networking, other than punching in keywords just like you and I can do, that they know the keywords to punch in for maybe planning the overthrow of the country or other conspiracies happening here. There are keywords that folks can punch in, and they probably have a better knowledge of those keywords because they're not going to be obvious. If you know what I'm.
Well, those algorithms have been around for years. They've been using them, the companies themselves.
Yes.
It's just, giving the government an insight to it to where, they can probably stop some things.
It's kind of like us on Facebook. If at the beginning of the show, like we used to do before we did Facebook Live, I always played an interesting segment of a song, just a snippet of a song that was pertinent to the particular either history of the day or event that were going on that particular day or whatever. Let's just take, if Dean Martin was the big newsmaker for a day, something was happening, that I would play one of Dean Martin's songs, a portion of it. Guess what happens when you do that with Facebook? We're a licensed station by the FCC, and we subscribe to all of the record labels that have ASCAP, BMI, all of those things. We play it, and they shut us down.
The computer algorithm.
Yes, it is. That's all it is.
Yeah, because Sony and all the major music groups, they got deals and licenses with Facebook to make sure that happens.
Yeah. But, we got the license to do it. We're authorized to do it. So, anyway.
Even, I got some friends because I'm a content creator on many platforms, and I even got friends that have their original music. They got their stuff taken down.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff that they created themselves. So
yeah,
it's just the algorithm,
Yeah, we had one of those at the studio where we were before, and as soon as we got Facebook, we started doing live on Facebook because these guys did their original music. They did their own stuff. They wrote their own songs. They composed everything, and they would come in and play, a song. Well, guess what? Once we did Facebook, click, you're done.
Yep. Yeah,
So,
that's Facebook.
Yeah, they mute that portion on you.
Yeah, and then
that's why a lot of the content creators and so forth, we're all leaving Facebook and we're going to other platforms like Kick and so on. In the video game, it's part of it,
Yep, gotcha.
So this is like a mad that's happening right now.
You sound like an interest. Appreciate it.
Yes, thanks, Mike, for calling.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, you have a good one. You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. We'll be right back.
WSME.
Have you You got News newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every, and we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3 Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. The chores are done and the cleanup is finished. Light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011 B Bridges Street, Morris City. Open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 to 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally. Roger Carroll Jr. References available and it's always guaranteed. So if you want to paint and maintain, power wash, or need a roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939 07 SouthernTouchPaintingNC.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Chino wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Chino Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and there to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Chino Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
It's live and local. Real Talk on 1.1 WSME.
Okay. Something to bring us up to speed on here, too. Earlier, we were talking with Dorothy Russell. Dorothy Royal, the other R name.
Right.
I don't revamp. But Dorothy was talking about, guns and people coming in and selling guns, trading guns to them. And she has no real way to look up a serial number of a gun that comes in to screen it to see if by any chance it's stolen. She can check the people out. And if the people have no issues with the background, she feels comfortable and, she feels as comfortable as she can made to feel doing that. They're okay. They're selling a gun, so I'll buy it. They may be selling a gun that was stolen. They may have bought it from somebody else, but that actually was stolen from me or somebody in New York, or San Francisco. People still, they go look for other places to sell them.
Right.
If they can't sell them to individuals, then they may go to a gun shop to sell them.
Right.
Or a pawn shop.
Right.
Now, pawn shops are generally scrutinized and their inventory is checked on a regular basis, not just for guns, but for everything else that's in there to see if it has anything on their hot sheet. Now, the guns, the cops can run through NCIS, okay?
Right.
National NICS, National Information Crime Center, whatever it is. NCIS, right? National Crime Information Service, CIC. I don't know.
NCIC, I think
that's it. They can run it through a database.
Right.
And they can find out if the gun is hot, is listed as being wanted in connection with a yada, 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 yada.
Right.
They know that quickly. in instance. Gun dealers can't do that. Yes, they can call the sheriff's office or a police department and ask them to run one if they got a suspicious one. But suppose they buy a quantity of guns, or over the several days, they can buy them or trade them in, and they run them. And by that time, the individual is gone. Yes, you know who they are because you had to get their ID and stuff. But then they may not be actually in North Carolina. They may be somewhere else by that time. Yeah, you can go look for them. But the best thing to do, to me, and I know that Sheriff Miller at one time, he was running those anytime the gun dealers would call in when he was the sheriff. I know that I've called in and had guns run that somebody was trying to sell and I wanted to buy. I would want to know is this a hot gun anywhere?
Right.
I do that regularly, but I could do it.
Yes. And I'm sure our sheriff now does the same
Oh,
thing.
I'm sure he would do it. But, why not when you're running the individual that you've got to see if he is legitimate and can actually sell guns, or if he's red flagged, why not be able to stick that serial number in of all the guns or the gun or all the guns that he or she is and it pops back and say, yes, this is. Guess what happens if you run a credit card as any dealer, anybody that accepts credit cards, and that credit card comes back, this is a stolen credit card, hold on to it.
Absolutely.
You can do it with a freaking credit card.
Yes, you can. They go to put that credit card in the machine and the machine
goes,
says,
"Hold it."
cashier, please hold it.
Yep.
Right. And so I would think that gun dealers, those that hold a firearms license would have access to a program where they could.
A limited program, not a all-inclusive, that they can run anything.
To be able to run
guns through it to see if there's anything wrong with it.
I think that this should be
That should be set
have
up to be
access
done.
to. I'm sure we would be surprised how many they came across.
Maybe we need to talk to our congressman and our U.S. senator.
Well, let's just write that on the list.
That will be a couple of questions that I think I'll send it to the email first, if they can address it. I bet that nobody else has thought about it.
And here's a quick PSA for the town of Swansboro. This is Clean Sweep Week, April 1st through April 5th. The town will provide curbside pickup for household goods, which are not normally collected without.
Like toilets?
Items allowed: old furniture, lawn furniture, pet carriers, electronics, but no computers or TVs. Bedding, yard equipment, old bicycles, old grills with no propane tanks. Items not allowed: white goods like washer, dryer, freezer, refrigerator, microwaves. Used tires, light bulbs, oil, grease, paint, batteries, or any other hazardous materials.
Toilets.
I didn't say you couldn't.
I could paint it black. It wouldn't be all that good.
Keep it, and what you do is you fill it full of dirt and plant flowers.
I don't think so. I can't imagine planting tomatoes in that. Okay, I got my tomato out of the toilet. Yeah. Right. Billions, probably trillions of two groups of noisy flying insects are expected to emerge from the underground in 17 U.S. states in April in a rare natural phenomenon not seen since 1803. The insects known as, those things that they make a lot of noise? Cicadas.
Cicadas.
Spring up and engage in a frantic mating frenzy lasting several weeks before they will eventually die near the trees. That's not before they lay eggs on forest floors and the cycle of life begins anew, though. Oh, great. I wonder what states they're talking about.
Does it matter? Can we just drop something from the skies to take care of those things?
Good. I don't see
You ever be outside and I know not for you, but outside and one comes buzzing by and gets caught in your hair?
No, not my hair. I don't have enough of it to do that with.
You want to see somebody have an absolute meltdown?
Is that you?
Oh, I'll be screaming and jumping. The neighbors think I'm having a fit. I'm going to tell you
Those
what.
things make a lot of noise at night.
Yeah,
So
they
if you have screaming ones out there by the trillions, this could be a noisy environment. All right, going to take a break. We'll be back in 22 hours with a lot more of Live and Local Real Talk. And tomorrow we've got Dr. Rosemary Stein in. We have a medical question right off the bat to talk to her. Also, coming in the morning, real estate tycoon.
Yeah.
Royce Bennett, also a county commissioner. I want to talk to him about squatting, the possibility. I know we haven't had reports of it at houses that are up for sale. But what's the possibility? Do we have laws on the books that will prevent that from happening? A number of states, California, New York, and some others, they say if you have vacated your house, or if you got perhaps, or you're just not living there for a period of time, and somebody comes in with a mattress and they break in, even though they break in because they enter the place illegally, there ain't nothing you can do or that the law can do to get them out.
He's also got news with the latest housing
Yes.
Information. Jacksonville Onslow Economic Development.
They had a session recently.
Yes, had a session recently. So he's got new.
You are live, you are local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Lee and I'll see you in the morning.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
News, ICJ Papa, former President Trump writes to check $175 million bond in his New York civil fraud case so he can appeal the ruling against him, plus prevents the New York Attorney General, Letitia James, from seizing his property. Meanwhile, he's on the road today.
Trump will hit the campaign trail again today with stops in Michigan and Wisconsin.